Lopez wants it away.
And it's hit deep to left center. Andrew Jones on the run. This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza, and the Mets lead 3-2. Neto behind the net. Sweeps it in front. He's gone! Neto! Defend Neto! And the Rangers have one more hell of a time, baby! But it's Mount Vancouver! Anthony for three. Puts it in! Next by one with 8.2 remaining!
Joe Namath, number 12, has been the one big sidelight. He's come down here and he says the Jets are going to win. In fact, he doesn't even predict it. He says, I guarantee a Jet victory.
His first at-bat of the game. There's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone has hit a home run. The Yankees go to the World Series.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Come on!
4:04, a late start today, but nevertheless, I'm going to start off anyways with a good show. Welcome to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Anthony Deus, joined by Michael Merlo and Ross Levine. What's going on, guys?
What's going on? What's cooking?
I got to tell you, this new intro.
Great, right?
Fantastic.
Unbelievable. Shout out to Justin Greenberg.
Two things about the intro before we dive into some great baseball for the Yankees and a split for the Mets here. So, I really enjoyed the Stephane Matteau inclusiveness of this for the Rangers aspect, but that doesn't make up for the fact that Justin Greenberg, who made that intro, is a fraud Rangers fan because he's just hopping on the Rangers bandwagon.
I just want you to know.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me in your headphones?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to let you know that he's upset with you.
He is?
And I'd be ready for tomorrow. That's all I'll say in the morning.
Okay. How upset?
He's pretty pissed at you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, now
he's upset. He's upset with you.
I'm a little.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm on his side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we won't get into. We get into tomorrow.
Okay.
But
what time tomorrow? By the way, 7 to 9.
7 to 9. The Nassau Morning Madhouse.
Best morning show here. But
maybe the best morning show in New York. I don't know, though.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
We're up there.
We're definitely up there.
And the other thing was Aaron Boone call. We lost that World Series, so
Well, it was still a good call.
It's still a good call. It's not the call. It's just the context. We lost that World Series.
Brandon Nimmo starting.
Oh, wow.
In center field and leading off.
All right. Let's start off with the Mets then.
You want to start off with the Mets?
Let's start off with the Mets.
I got a lot to say about the Mets.
Okay.
Yeah, I do too.
Of course.
I was at the double dip yesterday. It was exciting. It was good. It was fun. And the first game was great.
Yeah.
Won the game. And the second game, it's just missed opportunities. But
very much so. I mean, the Mets couldn't get a hit down the line when they needed to.
Yeah, and they've gotten hits when they needed to. Guys on base, they have come through. And there were twice late in that game, one in the 6th with the bases loaded, and then in the 9th with 2 guys on where they didn't come through. It's tough. They're not going to come through every single time they have. They've come through with 2 outs a lot this year. But, it's frustrating, right? Obviously, again, it's not going to happen 100% of the time, but we're going to come on here and we're going to complain when it doesn't happen.
All right, so for one person, I will shred. I'm going to shred this guy.
Okay.
This guy
can I guess who it is?
Sure.
I think I'm not going to shred him, but we're going to talk about him.
Sure.
Francisco Lindor.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. Lindor, this guy is one of the most overpaid players in United States history. This guy does not belong as a star player on a team, which is what you are paying this guy to be. When you're paying a guy $341 million, that is what you expect. And what he said after the game about, well, nope, he just made his pitch. Well, no crap, Sherlock. Of course, every guy has made your pitch against you. That has been a reality. Everybody knows it. You cannot hit high velocity. You can't hit a high fastball. Let's just call it the way it is. He cannot do it. And the only clutch hit he's had this season, by the way, was against the San Francisco Giants. After that, he cannot get a clutch hit ever on this team. Ever. Unless it was against the Yankees. Ever. Never done it. So I'm done with that guy. And if the whole idea of because Robinson Cano's not there, why he stinks, then get him out of here because that is a disgrace.
Well, you can't get him out of here. You paid him all that money.
No, but bench him. I mean bench him. I'm sorry.
Bench him.
Bench him.
I haven't heard that it's because of Robinson Cano.
But they have not played as well since he left.
The day after that comment was made, that he made after they released him, right before they released him, he came back and said something that I thought was fine. He was like, "I'm for the team, whatever the team thinks. That's what I'm for. Whatever. That's all good to hear." I'm not concerned with the start. He had a really great first month, a first month of what he was in Cleveland, and now the first 2 weeks of this month, a little more than 2 weeks now, has not been good. So it's been a good April and a bad May so far. Here are his career numbers with the Mets through a full 163 games, 26 home runs, 85 RBIs, which is, about on par for where he was with Cleveland. He had a couple of 30 home run seasons. So 26 home runs, 85 RBIs. He's batting .229 with a .321 on base and a .407 slugging. That's where you have the problems right there, and a .728 OPS. So that's where you have your problems. He was a career .833 OPS guy with Cleveland. He had a .285 batting average with Cleveland. So, yeah, I'm not jumping off a bridge yet with this guy, but, of course, we walk in today, and he had a chance to win the game or tie the game, and he didn't do it.
Yeah, and that's been also a common theme of Francisco Lindor, and really the history of this team for the last number of years. They cannot get a big hit ever, no matter who the player is, no matter who they face.
Well, they've gotten big hits this year.
Yeah, but
they have. No, they have. They've gotten big hits this year.
Okay, but
you can't say they haven't.
But Lindor has not. He just hasn't.
He had a walk off. He had a walk off against the Giants. That was a big hit.
One game. What else has he done?
I'm sure I can think of other big hits. He started a big rally in Philadelphia. Hit a 2-run shot.
So has Dominic Smith had one great game. That's Dom Smith we're talking about here.
Everybody else has had great games, too. Francisco Lindor had a full month of great games.
Okay,
he was fantastic for a month of this season.
So a full month makes the contract look really good.
I never said the contract looks very good. You're jumping off a bridge.
Yes.
You're a year and 2 months. You're a year and 2. Not everybody has. That's number one. And if you have, how can you do that? This is the first year of this contract. There's reason to be, you're supposed to be concerned. I get it. Some people could be concerned, but I'm not there yet. I need to see more. I need to see more games. He needs to be bad for a longer period of time for me to finally say, okay, this is bad. If he has a bad year this year, if he has a season like he did last season, I'll tell you, okay, we got a problem. But he's had a bad 2 weeks. Everybody goes through a slump for 2 weeks.
You can't bench him either.
No, but
of course you're not going to bench him.
You can't bench him because what other option is there? There's no other better option.
Right, but if there was an option there, why would you bench him? I mean, you're paying him this much money. Out of principle, if the Cano thing really screwed him up, benching him is going to make it even worse. It's kind of like where you have to let him play.
Yeah, no, look.
Work out of this.
I'd be shocked if it was the Cano thing. I'd be shocked.
Okay, but they have not played as okay. It's not all Lindor. Let's. I'm just gonna get that all out there. It's not all on him. But the point is, since Cano, they released him, and that was the correct move. It was the absolute proper move. They have not played as well since. They just haven't. They're 6-6 in the last 12 games. They have not played as well. The pitching, you're starting to see a little bit of some cracks. I'm not blaming the pitching. They've gotten you here. But the offense has to be a lot more consistent than it has been. I don't care about the stats. Stats mean nothing. You need to show a little more consistent offense that they haven't done. And they do need a little more pop because they're relying on a couple of singles here and there's not going to... That's not going to be reliable.
I agree with almost everything you said. I agree that they absolutely are if they're not going to hit more home runs than they are right now, then they're going to have to go add a big power hitter. I don't know who that is. I can't give you that name right now. But at the trade deadline, they're going to have to go and look for a big bopper. Not a Javi Baez, not, like some of the other trades they've made in the past. A big power hitter. That's what they're going to need. That's number one. Number two, the pitching staff obviously has been fantastic this season. You've seen a couple of bumps. Carrasco has had a couple of starts here where he wasn't so great, but overall he's been good. Walker's always iffy. Doesn't matter. I think he's gonna be iffy. That's what he's gonna be. But he's a 4 or 5 starter, and when he's on, he's on. And McGill was pitching hurt against Washington.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and you've had Scherzer and Bassett who have been absolutely unbelievable. I trust the staff, I really do. But you're right; they have to be consistent, and I don't mind that they don't. I don't mind the fact that they hit singles and doubles and they drive in runs that way. But you would like to see more home runs.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't say, oh, let's hit more home runs instead of this. I like the way they're able to create runs.
Yeah,
but you would like to see home runs added to that.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that I guess this just annoyed me because I heard this after the Mariners game, and I heard this after game 2 yesterday. Man, their press conferences are just soft. It just looks soft. They're like, well, like you even hear on the post game too. It's like, oh, we were so close. Like we're back to that now of so close. You're supposed to be a World Series contender. That's the goal.
Okay,
you're
Ross,
so
but
close.
What they say in the post game press conference doesn't change the fact that they're still a World Series contender.
But if you look at Boone, just really quickly, if you look at Boone, are you that's just who he is. I mean, these guys are.
I know, but
take a page out of someone's book. They're a little low energy.
But like the player, but it's like first I had to hear along and say, well, give him credit. He made a really good pitch. Lindor, give him credit. He made his pitch. Like, are we like really like we're back to that whole like throwing flowers at the pitcher?
I don't think we're back to like Luis Rojas just being not tough on the guys. I mean, this is a vast improvement, and sure, there are concerns at bullpen. The lineup, the batting order not getting the hits when they needed to down the stretch in that second game.
Yeah.
You're going to hit road bumps here, but either way, we got a caller right now, and if you want to call up, 516-572-7440. Caller, what's going on?
Hey, this is Justin calling from Eisenhower Park.
Okay.
And
what's going on, Justin?
Let you know where I am. I actually agree with what Ross is saying, which is shocking because I usually don't like his Mets opinions. I think he's spot on with all of his other stuff, but I'm fully on board with jumping off this Lindor bandwagon. I mean, the guy gets paid a ridiculous amount of superstar money, and he's not even batting .230 for an entire 162. I mean, he's got 9 years left on the contract, but it's not looking good right now.
May I ask you a question, Justin?
Yes.
And don't give me some smart bleep answer, okay? Do you write a check for $34 million a year?
I don't, but
okay.
I
okay. No, that's it. You don't. It's not your money.
But my money does go to Citi Field. Gone to 7 games already, so I felt like I help pay these guys contracts by going to these ball games.
That's a smart answer I didn't want.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Okay.
That is ridiculous. That's like that's not even a percent of one's contract. That's ridiculous. Come on.
One more take.
Okay. You have the floor.
J.D. Davis has got to go.
Oh, he's been terrible.
Him and Escobar are just not delivering. You have a DH who their only job is to hit. And I just don't understand what has happened with J.D. Davis over the last couple of years. But, yeah, it's still plenty of baseball left, so we'll see. But I'm not jumping off the bridge of the team.
But here's the thing. Here is the thing.
I'm sorry.
They can pitch, and you may disagree with this. I believe they can win a World Series without Jacob deGrom. I fully believe that they are good enough to win a World Series without Jacob deGrom. They are not good enough to win a World Series without Francisco Lindor stepping up and becoming the player we need him to be. And you can't give me.
I completely agree.
You cannot give me a. Listen, there's no doubt about it that, first of all, this guy could be playing at the level he was at Cleveland. He's still being overpaid. $34 million is not. I don't think is a fair value for what he brings, but he has to get back to that level.
And the thing I'm trying to mention here too is, and this is what I worried about when he got here, and I worry about now, and I'm going to worry about throughout that whole contract. This guy cannot hit high velocity. He just can't. He just cannot do it. Every time the pitcher throws a high fastball, he always swings and misses that. He cannot catch it. And this is why the Cleveland didn't sign him. They didn't want to do it because they were worried about this. So
no, they couldn't do it because they couldn't afford him. They tried. They tried very hard to bring back Francisco Lindor. And do not tell me that nobody would have wanted Francisco Lindor. The Mets were the only team. The Mets were the only team that would have maybe stupidly gave him a $340 million contract when nobody was bidding against them. Yes. Because they had an owner that wanted to, flash his muscle here and say, here's the money I got, here you go. And and the fan base really wanted it to happen. But the Mets' internal numbers, and I've said this multiple times on Francisco Lindor, the first extension they offered to him was at $280 million, $280 to $290 million. That makes sense. For what he did in Cleveland, that made sense. And for whatever reason, bidding against themselves, they went $50 million higher.
Justin, I want to ask you one question before you go. Are you? Go ahead.
Is this Anthony?
Yes,
is this my good friend Anthony?
This is yeah.
Be prepared for tomorrow, Anthony.
I'm scared. I'm a little scared. Are you excited for tonight's Ranger game?
Oh, big Ranger fan, lifelong Ranger fan. I love this team. I say one shift, one period, one game at a time. Let's go. I love this squad. What heart? Heart is the one word to describe them.
Did you watch all of round one?
Oh, of course. Who could miss it?
Okay. Well, if you're going to be sarcastic, I'm going to hang up on you.
God,
maybe give me a quiz. How about this? How about tomorrow on the morning show, a little hockey quiz?
Okay, we could do that. Let's
do that. All right, boys.
All right. Thanks for the call, Justin.
By the way, he mentioned Eduardo Escobar, and he had a nice day yesterday. He had a home run. He had a couple hits. On top of that, he what are you laughing at? He had 3 hits, including a home run.
Did he come up in the big spot?
Oh,
that's how he judge players now.
So that one defensive play at the end of the game too. You're going to hone in on.
Not just that.
I'm going to get on that in a minute.
It's not just that. Bases loaded, 1 out. Did he strike out in the 6th inning?
Yes, he did.
Okay, then he didn't come up in the big spot.
He didn't come up with the big spot, but that doesn't mean he didn't have a good day. He had a good day. He had a good day at the plate for a guy that my point was I haven't seen a slump like this go this long in a while for a Met player. He was in a deep slump. Hopefully he's out of it after the night he had yesterday. But yeah, he needs to break out of it because he's an important part of this lineup. And Justin mentioned J.D. Davis. God awful. He's batting under 200. He has a homer. And you've gone to a couple of games. The last couple of times I've gone, he's played. And every time they put up this stat on the big scoreboard in center field, and they say J.D. Davis, minimum plate appearances 25, has the most or tied for the most hard hits in the league, whether they're outs or singles. And I've seen a couple of his outs, and he does hit the ball hard, but he's hitting the ball much.
No, and look, he also ever since pitchers figured out how to pitch high fastballs.
That guy can't hit a fastball to save his life.
No,
that guy actually cannot hit a fastball.
And look, teams have picked up on that. I mean, he had that wrist injury last year, and he never same after that.
Which you thought, okay, he'll come after, he'll rehab that and get better, and he'll be able to hit fastballs like he usually was, early in 2019 when he was on the Mets.
Yeah, that was good, JD Davis.
And he has not done that. He's been awful.
And look, again, these are bigger, these are good impact guys for your lineup if they're hitting. And again, look, I'm going to leave with this: JD or Dom Smith even. I'd be shocked if one of those guys were on the team past July.
Yeah, do you think there's a chance both of them are off the team?
I want them off the team before the season started.
No, but do you think there's a chance?
There's definitely a chance they're off the team.
Okay.
They need. I'm telling you, Mark Melancon. That is the guy you need.
They're when they add a reliever. I don't know who goes. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know.
I'd prefer
whatever
Davis goes over Smith.
Right. Either way, if they're both not hitting, a rebuilding team will want at least Dom Smith. I think Dom Smith to a rebuilding team would be a little more valuable. He's a little younger. You still believe you can get something out of him.
You know, would be a good team for Dom Smith. The Red Sox. That's a perfect team for Dom Smith. That's a team that the ballpark might actually be not bad for him. And if you really think about it, maybe the Red Sox are selling at that point. Maybe they'll give you like a Garrett Whitlock or something.
If they're selling, can you package a prospect in J.D. Davis? Dom Smith for a J.D. Martinez?
Yeah,
who's off to a really good start.
That's not a bad idea. And this is a hot take to end it.
Okay.
Francisco Lindor will not be a New York Met in 2028. Mark my words.
Okay. Wow.
He's going to be gone.
By the way, Ross, what do you think of the Met bullpen last night? I was thinking.
Yes, I wanted to ask.
I thought they were really good yesterday.
It was really good. Not Ottavino's fault. Not blaming him.
Well, Joely Rodriguez or Joely Rodriguez. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's like the pronunciation changes.
He had no help from his catcher.
No, Nito again. Gotta get a catcher.
But there's this is a problem within baseball. There's no really good catchers out there. They're just very average.
I had this argument last night with a friend. when McCann comes back, that's it. He's your guy. I cannot see this team going out with the needs they'll need. A reliever, possibly another starter. Now I'm thinking another bat. They're not going to add that bat with a catcher. They're going to stick it out with McCann, who is really good defensively, great with the staff, and if he can give you anything offensively, you'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I actually heard this from Buster Olney. I'm pretty sure. Again, speculation, so take it with a grain of salt, but there was a big rumor or a big thing. He was speculating about Mike Moustakas being a Met and taking on that contract.
Oh, I saw this. It was more of like he was using it as an example. Like,
I don't see it. I really don't.
Right, I don't see Moustakas. Buster only said what he's heard is that Steve Cohen will literally do anything to win, and if that means taking on a big contract to get a better player to lessen the value of prospects going back, then he'll do it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
No, he was just I think Moustakas as an example.
Moustakas would be a reach, especially with that contract.
Like if they went after Maile, who they've scouted, and they wanted to trade for Tyler Maile, I think his name is, one of their starting pitchers, they would take on Moustakas' contract. Kind of like exactly what it was with Chris Paddock, Eric Hosmer. Mm-hmm. Well, they take on the bad contract to get the player for less prospect value back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank God they didn't get Chris Paddock. He's been hurt. And
look at how great Eric Hosmer has been, though. He's been unbelievable. I think he leads the league in batting average.
Would you have done that trade?
Right now, if I know what I know, offensively, I probably would have.
I want to circle back to the bullpen here last night. Joely Rodriguez puts men on base in the second game there. Mm-hmm. Ottavino comes in, gets what he needs, but just a bang-bang playing at third base with Escobar bobbling the ball, firing it to first. It looked at first like he had to play at home, but it seemed like his instinct was going right to first. I know, Mike, you had something you wanted to maybe rip Escobar on?
No, I'm not going to risk it. Listen, you're not hitting very well. You hit the homer in the second game, fine. You're not hitting well at all, though. And now you make that blunder to essentially cost them the game. I don't want to put all the blame on him, but, I mean, that was the winning run. So it's tough. He had him at first. I didn't even look at home.
Yeah.
I didn't. I believe Bader was running, too. So I don't think they would have had a chance at home. He had the guy at first. If he just comes up clean, he had him.
Yeah, look, Escobar is definitely the reason in terms of both sides of the ball why you lost the game in game 2. He didn't come up big in the base load one out.
Well, many guys also who was up after Escobar?
McNeil, and he didn't come up.
McNeil didn't come up either, right? He'd flied out.
But again, at the same time, though, Escobar's been very good defensively. It's going to happen those times. Yes. I mean, look, this is just the book on Escobar. He's always been known for playing back on the line. That's his book. So those plays that you're going to charge in, those are maybe a little bit of a trouble. Again, it's not the easiest of plays. Should he have probably made it? Yeah, but again, you could have won the game before. Escobar, including Escobar, did not do that. So unfortunately, Escobar is going to get the most share of blame in that game because he did not come up with both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Just a reminder, you were listening to WHBC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHBC. Let's move to the...
Can I say one thing, very quickly?
Absolutely.
One thing, really quickly.
Okay.
I've seen this now from a few people, and mostly Yankee fans, about Jacob deGrom. There is, for the most part, they expected July. I listened to an interview with Buck Showalter about a month ago, and I don't know if he slipped or wasn't supposed to say it, he said July. So my understanding was that deGrom was coming back either after the All-Star break or a little before the All-Star break. That was my understanding for a couple of weeks now, for a few weeks, that he wasn't coming back before June. And we got this news that the Mets are playing the long game with him. They're not going to rush it. And all I've seen is, he's not coming back when they expected him to. No, this was the time. This was the timetable.
No, nor should you rush him. You've had McGill step up. I know he's injured, but like you said earlier, Mike, they could go out and win a World Series. The hitting is clicking because this rotation is just fantastic so far. Yeah. You add a few pieces with that bullpen, and you're surely there. I noticed myself right now, I'm kind of talking the way you were talking about the Yankees. I was very optimistic for the Mets in these little... So it's funny how the roles reversed here.
I'm not pessimistic about the Mets. I really wouldn't say I am. I they've got the pitching. I think offensively they'll get this thing going. They've got off to a great start the first few weeks of the season, and I thought the last 3 weeks now in May, they haven't been hitting. But they have a 6-game lead. They're winning games without hitting, the way they should be. And when they get that rolling, I think this is going to be a really good team. I'm not out on the Mets. How could you be?
I mean, the reason why I guess I'm concerned is because I've seen this act before.
But Ross, this is a completely different team.
Don't we say
completely different regime. I can't, and that's the problem with fans and the media. We go, oh, it's the same Mets. No, it's a completely different team.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. And again, I think they had a very good offseason. A very good one. With exceptions. Bassett was very good. That's a great trade. Scherzer, great move. Buck Showalter, excellent move. Fantastic, the best thing. They need a manager. They got a manager. What I didn't like, and there's a lot of not like in this offseason, Marte. I know he's been a great defender. 4 years.
I agree.
Terrible.
I didn't like Marte. I agree with you.
The bullpen, malpracticely bad. I'm sorry. The way he thought that this bullpen can get people like big name hitters out like the Phillies lineup and those lineups, malpractice.
Ottavino struck out Arenado with the runners on the corners.
That's one time.
In the ninth inning yesterday.
I'm sorry to think that Jason Shreve and Joey Rodriguez and Adam Ottavino, guys that have been kicked off of 3-4 teams the last 4 years, it's malpractice to think that these guys are going to get big time guys. I'm not blaming Ottavino fully. I'm not blaming these players. I'm blaming the people that thought that these guys were actually excellent. They're not excellent.
Well, I agree.
I don't think they thought they were excellent.
But you want to win a World Series, you got to go all out, put the chips in.
Yeah, well, this is the first year of competing. I mean, sure, your expectations are to win a World Series.
Yeah, chips are all in.
It's not like it's 2 years.
No, hold on. Chips are all in this year.
That bullpen's all chips in all year.
No. I'm saying this year the Mets are all in to win a World Series.
Okay.
They didn't do. Now listen, I said this multiple times coming into the offseason and into the season that bullpens are very tough to judge, that you don't know what you're going to get year to year. One guy is fantastic one year and bad the next, and he's good the next, and he's bad the next year. It's very hard to predict bullpens, and you know that. Unless you're the New York Yankees, it's very hard to predict whether or not a guy is going to be good in the pen. They got Ottavino. Okay, I think they got Ottavino to be a seventh-inning guy. I don't mind him there right now. Drew Smith has been really good. He wasn't really good last season, but he's been really good this year.
Yeah,
Deus, same thing. I thought he was pretty good last year. He's been fantastic this season. Lugo has looked better this season than he did last year. So it's year to year. The Mets went into this year saying, we have guys, we have names, let's see what happens to start this season. And luckily it hasn't been to the point where they are collapsing on them, killing them, and they will make the moves that they have to make. But it's year to year, and injuries happen, especially in the bullpen. So I'm not going to kill them for what they did in the offseason. They could have done more, sure. And by the way, guys are bad in one spot and get picked up with another team and are excellent. What about Clay Holmes? Clay Holmes was kicked off of how many teams? He was kicked off to the Pirates, and look what happened. He's one of the best relievers in baseball. It happens. All these relievers get knocked off of one team, and they get picked up by the next. So that's not a good excuse. That's not a good reason.
Okay, but here's the difference with the Yankees, though. They make a lot of guys look really good in the past, and including now. So, Garrett Whitlock. Garrett Whitlock was kicked off the New York Yankees, and he's been very good for the Boston Red Sox. So I get it, but and Ottavino too. Ottavino was very good in Colorado. His final season, he was very good. But when he's been on 3-4 teams the last 4 years, it's not a good look. That's all I'm saying.
I don't care about look, Ross. I care about if the guy can get out. So he was effective at times. He's inconsistent, but effective with Boston last season. He was. He wasn't cut from Boston. They went to the playoffs last year. They were in the NLCS. He got big outs for them. There's no doubt about it. The Mets signed him for $4 million. Took a flyer on him. The guys that have been on and off teams and end up being gems for others, that's why people win championships. That's why people win championships. And by the way, I agree with you. I think Shreve has been pretty good this season, but he shouldn't be used in extremely high leverage situations like he's been in. He shouldn't be. But I think for the most part, he's been pretty good.
Well, do you like the Miguel Castro trade right now? Looks not great. Just doesn't look great. Again, this is how you judge a GM. Trades, signings. Yeah, I'm sorry. And again, they did a lot of good things. I'm not trying to rip Billy Epler to shreds here.
But Rodriguez hasn't been bad for us.
No, he hasn't been bad.
And they had a massive need for a left-handed relief pitcher, and they had 4 guys they liked in this pen, right-handed relief pitchers.
They had a lefty last year. They had Aaron Loop, and they let him go.
And they let him go because he, frankly, and I didn't like it at the time, but it ends up being a pretty good contract because of how well he's been pitching. But, he went away for a lot of money. And the Mets, again, year to year. Guys aren't great one year. And I didn't expect them to be really good again.
Well, I'll tell you who hasn't been great this year, although he hasn't done anything terrible yet. That's Aroldis Chapman.
Yes.
Who nearly blew a game last night to the Baltimore Orioles, but the Yankees did end up winning 5-4 last night. Aaron Judge with 2 home runs, adding to the MVP case for him, and, of course, adding more to that contract that he wants. So let's say he keeps it up this year and wins the MVP. Unfortunately, you're going to have to, I'd say wait until the offseason. Don't offer him a deal now.
Yes.
Wait till see how the season plays out. Because he could get injured at any moment. We know he's very injury prone at times, but you have to let this play itself out. And truthfully, you offer him maybe some more money, but if it's too high, I feel that you should let him walk. I think even though he's an integral part of this run right now, you can still win without him.
Wait, hold on one second.
What?
Because I just watched Kenley Jansen blow a save. Did you just say that the New York Yankees can let this guy walk?
I think they can.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. If the money is too much, you're not going to pay him.
The New York Yankees, the money should not be too much, no matter what it is.
No. Here it is.
No matter what it is, Anthony. If the Texas Rangers,
it was too much for Freddie Freeman as well. Okay, I don't want to hear that argument.
That is
the Dodgers could outbid. The Dodgers could outbid the Angels. We know how much money Artie Moreno likes to spend. They can spend.
Look, anybody could. I mean, look, he's from California, so it obviously would make a lot more sense if he did not come back with the Yankees, him go to a California team. But at the same time, look, I think if he continues to keep this up and they stay the offer the way it is where he started the season, yes, he's gone. He's not going to take that, especially if he gets an MVP season. No way. And look, the Yankees, they've won without Judge before. They have. I'm not saying they're as good of a team, but they have won before that. We've seen injured Yankee teams play still pretty well. So, I mean, I don't think it's doom and gloom. Maybe Yankee fans feel that way. But look, Juan Soto's out there. I mean, in a few years, who knows? Maybe the Mets bring Juan Soto. I have no clue.
But hold on one second.
I have no idea.
Right. Juan Soto could be available this year. We don't know. But
they're going to trade him.
Why would Juan Soto be the answer and Aaron Judge not be the answer?
Well, Soto's a lot younger than Judge. He just is. He's 24.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But isn't Judge right now, he'd be the most, in this scenario, he's the MVP of the American League. He's on pace for 60 home runs. How do you, a guy that is a star, beloved by your fan base, brought up, it is completely different than a Freddie Freeman. It's completely different than bringing in a Juan Soto. This is your guy.
Mike, but
you advertise the crap out of the guy. Everything is Aaron Judge, Aaron Judge. They have a section in Yankee Stadium called the Judge's Chambers. How do you not, with the way he's been playing? First off, the number right now starts at 3. The first number in this contract is at 3.
Right, but
now.
Look at the way the Yankees have spent. You think he wants 40 plus a year? You think they're going to really go for that? I don't think so.
When it's your player that you're re-signing, and compared to somebody else's player that has question marks, that hasn't played in your city, that's a difference. The difference between Aaron Judge and Freddie Freeman is massively different, not only on the field, but off the field and how you view him. It's completely different.
Well,
any free agent, outside free agent.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to have him back, but there's a point where it's too much money.
No, it can't be.
No, that's
Anthony. It's not your money. It's not Anthony. It's not your money.
There's too much. There's too much money for Hal.
It can't be. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Damn it.
Ed, you were a Braves hater.
I hate the Braves. I hate everybody in my division. That was close to being a walk-off single.
So you're telling me there's not a team that you're lukewarm about in your division?
I guess the Marlins.
Because for me, it's the Orioles.
The Marlins, but no, actually no. I hate the Marlins. I hate everybody.
Okay, wow.
I hate everybody.
You hate everybody.
Phillies, number 1.
Of course.
Easy.
Well,
Braves,
that's
2,
without a doubt.
Nats 3, Marlins 4.
All right.
There we go. But yeah, listen. Can't let Judge walk. I'd say right now, get it out. 8 years, 310. Do it.
So you want to
Book
offer
it.
him something right now?
Right now. Hey, listen. No, he wouldn't accept anything right now. Every home run he hits goes up. Goes up.
Goes up by how much?
Goes
You
up.
want to take a guess? How much?
I don't know, a couple $100,000. Doesn't matter. It's insane. Yesterday probably went up another $2 million.
You think just because of yesterday he went up $2 million?
Oh my God, the guy's unbelievable.
But Mike, how can you say the way?
Hold on a second. When I had these conversations when he did not sign, and I said I wouldn't want him. I said even if he became a free agent and the Mets were interested, I wouldn't want the guy.
What?
Completely flipped on me. I want him. I would give anything to have Aaron Judge on my team. And my reasons were health and things like that. And Soto in a couple of years. Those were my reasons. I don't care. I'm impatient. I want this guy now. If the Mets have a chance to get this guy, sign him. Sign him now.
I told you gotta put all the chips in one basket. You gotta get them. If you're a World Series team, you gotta do it all.
Sign Soto now. I wish
trade for Soto. Whatever.
They can't trade for Soto.
Why not?
And speaking of which, did you see this article on ESPN Plus about how Soto could be traded?
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I don't think he's going to.
No, that's ridiculous.
I mean, if he doesn't sign back with them, they might as well trade him. I mean, might as well get something for him.
But this
Ross,
year,
you know the Yankees farm system, right?
I know it's ridiculous.
Okay, so it would be Dominguez. Just using. I'm not saying the Yankees would, but this is what it would be. It would be Dominguez, Volpe, Peraza, your top pitching prospect, and more. They'd probably want a major league player on top of that, a good major league player on top of that. It would be the biggest trade we've seen in baseball history.
Yeah,
I don't think it happens. I don't think any team right now can physically do that. I just don't. Maybe when he's a rental right before free agency, if they cannot get, I would be shocked if they got a deal done. Shocked if he's a national long term.
All right, well, I want to go back. So you're telling me, with the way Hal has refused to spend money, that he would go all in no matter what the price is for Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge will be a New York Yankee for years to come at whatever price Aaron Judge wants.
See, I can't bring myself to that reality.
I guarantee you.
You guarantee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guarantee.
Do you want to get this down in writing?
Yeah.
You'll get this down. We'll get this down in writing.
Hold on.
later.
I have a number for you too. Hold on.
You have a number for me.
Hold on. Keep talking while I get my number down.
You have a lock for us as well, right?
Yeah, actually, because I'm going to the Yankee game on Friday night against the White Sox. Nestor Cortez is pitching.
Yes,
and I'm going with my two friends. Every time I've gone to a Yankee game with them, Judge hits a home run, and every time they go to a game for whatever reason, Judge hits a home run. So I have a parlay because I had a dream about this parlay last night.
So hold on. So you dream about betting too?
I'm just saying I had a dream. I had a dream about. I had a dream about this.
You're not walking away from this. So you dream about betting too.
I had a dream about this bet that I will place before the Yankee game on Friday. Yes,
Mike. Do you think there's a little bit of an issue if you're dreaming about betting?
No, I don't. I think that this is really good, and that I think if I had a dream about it, it's going to win. So it's an Aaron Judge home run, anytime home run.
Hold on. All right, you want to give it out while you're looking at it?
Yes, I'm doing two things at once. Yankees.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Michael Merlo's Stone Cold Lock Game of the Century of the Year of the Millennium.
Okay, so the Yankees will beat the White Sox Friday night. Nestor Cortez will go over his strikeout total. Whatever it is.
So this is a same game parlay.
Yes. And then Aaron Judge will hit a home run.
So you're going all in on the not just the hit, you're going for the home run bet.
Oh yeah, the parlay, the 3-team parlay. That's a lock. I'd be shocked.
Okay. I'm going to hold you to that.
Bet it. I'm telling you right now to bet it. I dreamt it.
Is this like a game? Is this like a bet of the year?
I mean, considering I dreamt it, yes.
Bet of the year. Same game parlay.
Judge home run.
Yankees to win.
Money line.
Over Nestor Cortez strikeout.
Nestor Cortez strikeout. Not going to lie, I'd like to see Judge go a little dry spell the next 2 days, and maybe a Yankee loss in the next couple days, just so that it's not like Judge comes in on a 4-game home run streak, and the Yankees haven't lost a game. When's the last time they lost? Since Saturday. They're on another 5-game winning streak. Not going to lie, I wouldn't love that. I wouldn't love that for my bet. So
Another great Chapman performance on last Saturday.
yeah, can we talk about him?
Yes, I'm more than willing. I'm so glad it's a contract year that he can be gone after this
He's
season.
done.
He should be done.
There's no reason. By the way, I have a number for Judge.
You have a number for Judge.
Put those down, Ronnie, too.
Right.
8 years, $290. That'll be the contract.
All right, that's not that bad.
$36.25 million a year breaks Trout.
No, I think he wants 40+ a year. I think he can break that.
Nobody's getting 40+ a year.
He might. I mean, if
Only
you want
Soto
if
will
you
get
want
40+ a
if
year.
you want to claim that he wants as much money as possible, and the Yankees are going to match that number. No way. He just wants.
You're an idiot if you match that number. Nobody will pay him that. Nobody.
Okay.
Not even Stevie.
Not even no.
Stevie.
No, that's a lie.
Stevie said 8 years, $230 was fair. Him and Hal are close. Him and Hal are buds.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he said that he thought Hal Steinbrenner offered a very fair contract.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Hello.
You guys are mini.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
This can't be good.
This can't be good. Ben, what's up?
It's good. It's the best thing because I tell you what, this is not the end. This is not the end of what you've seen from me. I'll tell you what.
What does that mean, Ben?
It means I'm officially declaring I'm making my own sports talk show. If they say you can't beat them, join them. Well, I go against it. If you can't beat them, separate from them and make your own.
Lies and fallacies with Ben Oppenheimer. Story time.
Hold on, Ben. I got another question.
You want to talk, Mini Mike, Mr. Middleman?
Can I just say something? I'd like to apologize to.
You're one of the liars, Mike.
I'd like to apologize to the listeners that listened on Monday and heard Ben claim that the Yankees play.
I apologize. Listeners, right now, I apologize. You have to listen to Mike.
Hold on, Ben. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Who is pitching tonight for the New York Yankees?
I don't know. I'm not following yet.
Okay, I should just hang up on him right now.
Who's pitching for the Mets tonight?
I don't know. I didn't
hang up the phone.
No, he's done. I'm sorry.
Done.
I'm sorry. I mean, listen. We like Ben a lot.
Yes,
we
good
do.
Guy, funny guy,
great guy. But the sports, not all there.
And it discredits the show sometimes.
Wow,
this is a good show.
This is a personal attack right now.
WHPC Sports Talk, in my opinion, has always been professionally done.
Okay,
I think we do a great job.
I think so too.
And honest to God, when he made those comments about, and I don't like the Yankees. I'm a Mets fan. When he made those comments about the Yankees the other day, this station lost credibility.
Complete credibility?
Almost, a little bit.
How do we bring that back?
I don't know. But not having him on, sports, that's the start.
Wow.
But I'm serious. Like, I thought about it today. I'm like, if somebody heard that, if somebody in the business heard that, how do they say, oh, these guys are good? You can't. You can't. The Yankees have been far and away the best team in baseball.
By far.
By far the best team in baseball.
A team that, I'll eat crow here. I am sorry to the New York Yankees personally.
You should be.
I am because they are on a roll right now. I mean, this is a historic start. We've seen this stat about how when they get off to a start like this, they go to a World Series, most of the time winning it. And this is a watchable team that had a little rough spot in the beginning of the season that has been completely watchable outside of Aroldis Chapman, who has been terrible, and who, if they weren't paying him that much money, he'd be coming out of early in the bullpen than a closer. They should still not be trusting him, but yet they do.
They are a fun team. You're 100% right. And you do owe them an apology. You do owe that team an apology with the way negatively. I mean, Ross, you remember, he was negative.
Yeah.
I was. I'll eat crow.
And Ross, I don't think was too negative. He wasn't
realistic.
He was realistic. He wasn't like, oh my God, this team is winning a World Series.
Yeah, look, it's still so early. That's why I'm not trying to go either way here. Like, because look, all it takes is one streak, right? Remember that? All it takes that 17-game streak where they're just not good, and then we're like back to like who knows.
Well, what's funny is I saw a stat. I was listening to. Do you see John Heyman and Joel Sherman got a podcast?
Yes, I saw. I actually believe it or not, at work today, I read the newspaper. Would you
Really?
believe that?
Very nice.
There was an actual nice article in the New York Post with an interview of Sam Rosen, the play-by-play of the Rangers. Everyone should read it. Very good interview.
By the way, didn't like his call. Sam Rosen.
You didn't like Rangers.
And that's the reason why I didn't like it. If he would have said, Rangers win, Rangers win, Rangers win 3 times, get that. He's excited. He goes, Rangers, Rangers, Rangers. Like, kind of like, what are you doing?
Now, I call...
Wait, is that... Hold on. I got to ask you, is that a thing? Like, is that something he's done?
Well, no, he usually says Rangers win, Rangers win, Rangers win.
That's a great call if he does that. Great call. But
I'm sorry. No,
I'm
you can't do this.
confused when he's going Rangers, Rangers, Rangers.
I called Justin Greenberg the fraud Rangers fan. I'm sorry, but you not liking a Sam Rosen call, crazy. That's
I'm sorry, I didn't. I don't have a connection. I didn't even watch MSG. I watched TBS. Or TNT.
That's even worse.
I watched Kenny Albert.
Well,
Kenny Albert's inheriting the throne.
He's mostly a Rangers guy.
He was good. I thought he was.
No, Kenny's
fine.
great. No,
Yeah,
I'm not going to.
Yeah,
Kenny's going to be the next play-by-play for the MSG for the Rangers. He's
I
next in
agree.
line.
You hope.
I know Ranger fans feel the same exact way about Sam Rosen that I do about Gary Cohen.
Gary Cohen's way too much for the other team. He just is. Even Keith is.
What?
For the Mets. They're way too much for the other team. It's ridiculous. I feel like I'm watching Fox Sports.
How do you say that?
You say that yesterday. It was like, oh, that's unbelievable at bat. Like, we're on 3rd, 1 out. Like, they didn't score on any of these.
Is it better than dead silence on the Yes broadcast? Is that better?
Ross, I disagree.
No, SNY is better than Yes. I will agree with that.
Ross, I think SNY is really tough on there. I think
they're really tough on the Mets. I agree with that. Absolutely.
Oh, so you were saying that?
No, they are very tough on the Mets. I agree with that.
They're tough on the Mets.
The only thing that I've always said about them is that they're so much for the other team. That's just what it sounds like. That I'm not.
But I like that. I like that. If
those guys.
My announcers are critical, like pointing out the flaws of the team and saying, "Hey, this is what the other team's doing," opposed to what, like in this case, the Mets weren't doing.
Yeah,
I would like the other perspective there. I just don't want a lot of homers. Sure, I want them to favor my team, but it's okay if they call out something the other team is doing. That's fine.
I think it's a great mix. I think SNY's got a great mix of that.
They do. They got the best broadcast booth in baseball.
And by the way, Howie Rose is fantastic. And Wayne Randazzo, he's the other guy in the radio booth, and he did the games yesterday on SNY. Imagine that as your number 2. He's unbelievable. I think he's really.
And they had Gary Thorne step in last year too.
Yeah. I think Wayne is
Gary Thorne, who should be back doing the Oriole games. Go back.
Is he still doing the Oriole games?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't even hear him.
I don't think he is.
I never hear him.
Oh, you know what happened? My mistake. He got fed up with Masson. That's the network.
Yes, Masson.
Got fed up with Masson and left, but he did want to return to ESPN to do hockey games, but that's aside from the point. One last thing on Chapman. He hasn't been the same since the sticky stuff has gone away, and there's a team that's going to pay him. There's always going to be teams that pay him.
Mets could be one of them.
Well, please. Please. He's pitching like something coming out of the Mets bullpen right now. He is. Why would you want him on your team? I hope you're being facetious, right?
No, I'm saying the Mets haven't needed the bullpen.
No, that is a downgrade by a lot. That's worse than any pitcher you have right now.
No, it's not.
Who's worse than him on the Mets bullpen?
I would take him over Joely and Jason Shreve. Am I wrong to say?
No,
I don't think he's
wrong.
been. I don't think he's been good this season. He's by far not their best reliever. But
he's your closer. Not that you have room for him because Edwin Diaz, by the way, fantastic,
unbelievable.
I might have to be buying his shirt soon.
I remember that bet. Yep. That's great. He's been unbelievable. He really has been really good. He's fun to watch.
It's good for him too. That's a great comeback.
He's a free agent after this year.
Ooh. So, just in time for a contract year.
He when he's on, man, it is fun to watch him because how nasty.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable.
Anyway, you're back. Come on, tie the game. Oh, the guy on second didn't go. Anyway,
you were
Chapman.
Completely. Braves are red free in there.
I don't like any of my division. While the Mets are playing somewhat well, I want them to gain as many games on the division as possible. I'm already scoreboard watching.
Yeah,
it started a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that luxury. That's a nice luxury not to have.
What?
Scoreboard watching your opponents.
You should be.
Should I be, though? Should I be?
Because while the Yankees are playing this well, it is something that they are only 4.5 games ahead of their team in second place. They're playing at an historic level right now. Historic start.
Yeah.
and they're only 4.5 games up. You want to, while you're playing your best baseball, hopefully it's not their best, but as of right now, their best baseball, you want to be up a little bit more with the best record in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nuts that the Mets are up by like 6 games, or like
6.5 games, yeah.
It's insane.
Can I say one thing about the Yankees?
Sure.
I'm trying to look for a flaw, all right? You know me. I'm trying to look for one flaw, and I found it. Got some numbers here.
You got some numbers.
All right. So, the Yankees' rotation has been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Nestor Cortez becoming one of my favorite players in baseball. Seriously, I love him. Pitched 90 innings last year. He's already at 40. He's an older guy, so I don't think they'll be too worried about his innings. But we've never seen him go, have a long season where he pitched very well. Right? Fair.
He's
fair
been
to
up
say.
and down in the minors.
Up and down. We don't know how his arm is going to react after pitching a full season of 160 innings, if he even gets there. But injury or just fatigue, he's not good enough. That's number one. Number two, Tyone. 144 innings last year off of 2 big injuries. Had Tommy John. He had something else. I forget what he had. But he's been good this season. He was up and down last, but finished the year strong, which is impressive. That would be something that I'd say, okay. Finally, the biggest question mark, and I've always said this, and that's Luis Severino, who had 18 innings from 2019 to 2021, hasn't pitched a full season since 2018, 4 years ago. That would be my concern. That this rotation that has been so good, so damn good, can they continue this? Are they going to be able to go a full season pitching well and staying healthy and not running out of gas? And if they do that without running out of gas, oh boy. Because there's nobody, definitely not in the American League. Maybe if the Dodgers get their heads out of their butts.
So your flaw isn't the outfield?
What? No.
With Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo is somebody that I really don't like on WFAN is so... he's right about this.
Does
not matter.
Was he here at one point?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
He does not matter for this team. The Yankees can win a World Series with this guy, driving a bus somewhere. And him still on the roster, he could be driving a bus somewhere.
I mean, for me, I would like another outfielder, another outfield bat. I'd like that. And maybe another starting pitcher.
A full baseball show is great. I know you want to get to the Rangers.
I know.
Let's shut up.
Okay.
His basketball means absolutely nothing.
And really quickly, NBA.
It means nothing.
Knicks get the 11th pick. Celtics win last night. Jimmy Butler, 41 points. Very good.
The only thing that was I'm not when I just came in and I heard this a little bit late, early afternoon. James Bradbury signed the Deus. I'm not happy with that. That annoyed me. That just
doesn't move the needle for me.
Really?
Yeah.
You went to the rivals.
They're really good. And by the way,
that quarterback play.
And by the way, I'm happy you said that. I don't think that guy has to improve one bit for them to be a 10-win team, not 11-win team. He could play the same exact way, not get any better, and be a 10, 11-win team. And I think he's going to get better.
That's what's scary.
So,
that really
they
is.
are. They could be. The Philadelphia Eagles could be very good next year.
Jalen Hurts is not a concern for you.
What do you mean concern? He could play the same exact way and still win 10 games, in my opinion. Now, postseason, I don't know what happens.
You can't win a Super Bowl with him in the postseason. I don't think you can. It doesn't translate.
We're going to see what happens. Right now, I agree. But we have to see how he develops. His only year 2 of him starting coming up now.
Finally, my New York Rangers. Our New York Rangers.
You're a guy's New York Rangers. I'm a casual fan. I jumped the bandwagon, but I'm rooting for them.
You jumped the band already?
No,
jumped on.
I hopped on a bandwagon early this season. I'm not a diehard like you guys.
Did you keep that? You didn't keep that futures bet for the Cup, right?
No, I can't.
That's why we're doing so well. So the Rangers take on the Carolina Hurricanes tonight in Raleigh. 6 former New York Rangers in the Canes lineup. Derek Stepan is my pick for the Ranger to go off this series against the former team, because it happens. Carl Hagelin, you saw with the Capitals. It just happens. Something about these Rangers.
Yeah, I feel like I have a really bad feeling about this series. I don't know why. Carolina, we don't match up well with them. We just never do.
I've accepted the fact we're going to lose this series.
We're going to lose in 5 or 6.
Really?
I'm 2 games. That's as optimistic as I will be. I mean, I want them to win.
Yeah.
Hell, I want them to win the Cup.
Yeah.
It's not this year, though. I'm trying to be realistic. Mm-hmm. It's not this year, but it's still
It's a great season.
Great season.
It's a great season. They exceed expectations. Nobody had them going this far. We will win a Cup in a couple of years. Just not this year. It'll happen.
Fix that defense. Get a true goal scorer. We're there. Mike, you want to give a pick for the Ranger game tonight?
I think they win tonight.
I think they win. I think they win tonight too. I think they win tonight.
I think they steal game 1 tonight.
Okay. All right.
We'll see though. I haven't watched Carolina. I heard they're very good though.
Tony D'Angelo is going to get serenaded.
All my friends that are diehard Ranger fans say Carolina is fantastic. I'm like, okay, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, and that's going to do it.
Odd goaltender. That's all you need.
Yep, and he's although a little rusty at some points in the previous series. Best goaltender of the league. But that's going to do it for us today. From Michael Merlo and Ross Levine, I'm Anthony Deus saying good night, New York, wherever you are.